right in the heart of a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they plotting on man. Don't wipe their feet when they enter the L.A.R. I feel a cold stare.
Any Hispanic people who project racism towards black people, the joke is on you.
The joke is on you.
Because you don't think you're not the same thing. When people buy into white supremacy and the belief that proximity to whiteness makes you superior,
it's beneficial and
it makes you delusional.
Exactly.
I remember one time we was out teaching. It was a Mexican dude who was a valet, and a white dude came by and said something racist, and the Mexican dude laughed with him and shook his hand. This is the Mexican dude probably in between me and you as far as color. You see what I'm saying?
Sure,
so not no light ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
The white boy said a monkey joke or something.
Yeah.
So then I called him a chango, right, which is Spanish for monkey. I said, you pinchy chango. I said, you know that motherfucker think you a monkey too, right? I remember we were going to jail in San Diego one time, and the white, it was a white boy. He was kind of tripping. We was in the bail tank, and they took him out. They isolated him, and when they isolated him, he started calling the Mexican deputy in there the hard R.
Yeah.
The Mexican deputy.
Yeah.
And we in there with the Mexican inmates, and we looking like, you see how that motherfucker think?
Yeah.
It's not a difference.
Right.
Between us, he just plays that game on us, to keep us
divided. Exactly.
You are not any better in his mind in actuality.
What's good? This is gonna be the POC race card. The people of color race card. If you have friends if you're black and you have friends who are not black and who are not white, at some point, this type of conversation comes up. And because of like what's going on right now in America, from ICE to TPS to, the fake America First thing, you're seeing the POC, the people of color, grappling with, maybe they don't like me like that either. Because let me get into this one thing, like with the ICE thing. ICE is targeting Hispanics, like predominantly Mexicans, right? But I think it's predominantly Hispanics in ICE. Ironically, it's like, so that's the thing, right? Whites and Hispanics predominantly. And maybe some like black immigrants, but I don't think black Americans are too deep into that. Even though the quote unquote economy, it is what it is. But I'm saying that to say people like, what is it, Bobby Jindal and Vivek Ramaswamy. Remember, they were so, anti-black and blah, blah, blah. And then they both had their moments. It's another Indian guy right now that's doing the same playbook. And they haven't hit him yet, but it's coming. You see it time and time again. Even with what was going on with the World Cup with Argentina, like they're racist. It's like Argentina's racist, but to people like me, it's like, yeah, but I guess they're racist because they want you a certain color. You know what I'm saying? In Argentina, but it's like y'all do that all up and down Hispanic countries. Like, don't act like, Mexico has an issue with the black Mexicans, the natives, in each quote unquote Hispanic country. So it's like, they're the most racist of the racists. That's why you don't like them. Fine. But in America, we see this. Like, I remember it was a while ago. I was at a valet. I was at a valet, and it was I don't know if he was Dominican or Cuban. I don't remember, but he was black, but he was Hispanic, right? And Big Poppy type. You know what I mean? When I talk David Ortiz, he's in there. He was one of the valet drivers, and He's talking, and lady hears, "Hey, where are you from?" It's an old white lady. "Where are you from?" He tells the lady, "Yeah," and he looks because he was talking to another guy in Spanish, and he's like, "I never heard black people talk Spanish." It's like he's like, and he was caught like, "I'm Hispanic." Like, what? I have never seen a black person. You know Spanish? And it's like, and he wanted to cuss this lady out so bad, and then when he got her car, they gave her the keys. She drove off. He was like, "This motherfucker." Like, he went off like, "How the fuck she don't know?" And it's like, look, they got to tell him like, "You listen, man. This is how they act with y'all." you know, I've been, for some of the guys who are Hispanic and y'all work in construction, right? Now, usually, when it comes to construction, white people don't hire black people no more. They hire Mexicans. But do you know how many times I've that just unwarranted, a white guy that was in construction was like, they're stupid. They get it, like they just, and I'm looking like, oh, okay, all right, right. They're not that bright. We just got to tell them what to do, and they can do. And it's like, oh, okay. So these are people that are doing your job that you ain't doing, that you can't do it anymore, really. And you won't hire people that look like me because I ain't trying to pay people like me. So let's pay these people under the table. And then it takes a while because some of the guys speak Spanish and they're not really good at English. But after a while, they catch on and they're like, wait a minute, this oh, okay, all right. And that's why y'all seeing, in my opinion, that's why y'all seeing so many people starting to show that when they build in these new constructions, these homes in these buildings, there's all this stuff, all this mess, and it ain't really up to standards. Part of that is because they're like, man, F these people. No, F these people. You got us out here working like this, paying us under the table, and you gonna talk crazy, man? Look, man, I'm finna leave this beer can in here. That's part of it. But when the guys were talking in the video, like the jokes on you, that's what happens. Seen it with Asian folks. And when I say Asian, I talked about Indian, but I mean, let's just say Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. Yeah, you've seen that. Like they have the, and it's like, okay. And then we see how we can, like us as black people, we can see how these people treat y'all from afar and up close, because y'all will be so anti-black or halfway with us, even when we're not trying to really get up on you like that. And then you get disrespected. And then you get disrespected again and again and again. And it takes a long time for y'all to respond. Now I've seen some Asian women snap, like just they just went off, because it's like when they get fed up, it's like the floodgates open, right? And it's like, yeah, but you've been taking this disrespect for years and years and years and acting like it didn't exist. And that's the problem. You're cool with that, how can I say this? In a general sense, a lot of you POC people of color, a lot of what y'all do is y'all take disrespect from the white community and y'all don't respond, and y'all be extra disrespectful with us in the black community as a response. And when we stop being around, because there comes a point where we gonna go, unless I'm forced to be around you, I'm not gonna be around you, and we'll leave you completely alone. And then you got to just take that disrespect over and over and over and over again. And then it's like, man, where the black people at? Man, we out of here, bro. You got that. You could deal with that. It's straight. Don't worry about it. You know. And every now and then, that's why every now and you see some people of color have a business and they might have one black person in there. Normally, it's because they want them to actually get their hands dirty with the disrespectful people. But but you still got to deal with it. And then, how can I say this? It becomes like a heartbreaking thing that I would say it's like damn, like y'all have like a love hate relationship with white America, because it's like we love America, and because America's predominantly white, we kind of de facto love y'all, but y'all keep you know showing us, throwing the middle finger to us, but we keep like, oh, we're gonna be American together, and then it comes a point where you go, maybe those black people weren't lying. Maybe I ain't gotta like them, but maybe they got a point. But by that time, we're completely out of the room. You get what I'm saying? It's like, nah, G, just stay over there, G. Nah, it's okay. Because, and that's part of the other thing is, even with the when I brought up, the POC race card, it's really difficult for the people of color community to bring up the race card, because y'all really only, I ain't gonna say only, y'all generally bring it up. When y'all bring up the race card, y'all bring up us to say how unfair America is. And y'all really don't bring up yourselves, because you kind of, you're on both sides of the fence. So we look at you like, you still ain't say what they doing to y'all. We know, they know, but when it comes to what's wrong with America, like the black community, no, leave us out of that. Leave us out of that. Let's see if you can stand 10 toes down on what's really going on with y'all, because y'all really don't want to do it. Because, like I said, playing both sides of the fence. On one end, you bring us up when things are unfair. On another end, you know, y'all use us as, we're the buffer for disrespect for white supremacy. So we could do, if I can't do that to white people, I could do something to black people. It's like, oh, okay. So that's just my 2 cents, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. Tell me what you think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.